Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dumb Wise Girls. I'm your girl, Jada.
And I'm Nelly.
I'm Lala, and thank you for tuning in.
We hope you guys are having an amazing week. I can't even talk today, so you know how my day probably had went. So we hope you guys are doing well. How are you ladies doing this week? How was your day? What's going on? Talk to me.
It's been a stressful day. It's been a very stressful day. But I'm glad it's over. Um, this week is not that bad. This week is not that bad. Let's see. Was anything exciting this week? Really, I didn't have anything that was really exciting that went on today. I mean, that went on this week. Um, Only thing I've had family health issues this week, so that's been really stressful. But that's about it. That's about it. What about you, La?
Well, that's understandable that you had a stressful week. You know, when our loved ones are not well, we always send stress from even a little paper cut. We don't like to see our loved
Absolutely.
ones suffer in any kind of way. My week was good, tiring, very busy in terms of work. Next week, we start our spring semester off or kick it off in terms of our spring semester for the university. So that shall be interesting because we will be bringing some students back on campus.
Hmm.
So that'll be really interesting. I'm really interested to see how that's going to go. So it's been a little bit of stress in that sense. We did start taking our health check every day or daily. It's not required or mandated at this point. It's optional, but I've been taking mine every day just because of where I'm at in terms of my position and just because like I don't want anyone to say, oh well, she never took it, but she turned out she was sick. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm not sick, but I feel like it's added protection. So in terms of my week, it's been a good week. I can't say I had any real cliffs that I had to climb or fell off, but it was stressful in that sense, just preparing and getting ready for the spring semester.
Wow. Well,
How was your week, Jadie?
my week started off great, but today it's like everything happened like you lie. We're getting ready for the spring semester, which starts the week after next. But next week I have my class meetings where I meet with my students on Zoom because we're not on campus as of yet. We'll probably be back in the fall, but for spring it will be virtual as well. So just preparing for that, seeing who's still going to be here, not going to be here, who has balances and all that stuff I had to do today, in addition to a meeting that I had to attend as well. So it was a very, very busy day. I'm so happy tomorrow is Friday. I'm looking forward to the weekend of doing absolutely nothing.
And then, do you ladies have off on Monday due to MLK?
Yes. So it's a 3-day weekend, which is really nice. I'm going to need it because I'm jumping right into my meetings come Tuesday. So I'm going to need the little rest and relaxation for the next couple of days, which is going to be awesome. So I'm excited about that. But other than that, I'm doing okay. I'm glad to be here with you ladies. This is always my nice stress reliever. So I love to sit and converse with you guys. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about something I forgot to talk to you about last week. So as you guys know, I went to the doctor last Monday. So my doctor asked me if I was interested in taking the COVID-19 vaccine.
Hmm.
She recommended that I take it because I do have an underlying health condition. I am borderline diabetic. And she says that it would be good if I were to take it. And I told her, no, thank you. I do not plan on taking it. Don't do the flu shot. I don't do COVID-19 vaccine. So that is what I nicely told her when she had recommended it to me. So what I want to know is, what about you guys? Are you guys going to take the COVID-19 vaccine? What are your thoughts on it? Because there's so much information talking about it. And right before we started filming, I was watching a show, Last Man Standing, where they were talking about vaccines. And I said, this is hilarious, because we'll be talking about that tonight on the show. So what about you ladies? Do you plan on taking it? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'll start off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pay attention.
I'm looking at Nell, and I think we're all of the same sentiment. No, we will not be taking it. I take the flu shot, but I've only just started taking the flu shot within recent years of my pregnancy. Not sure how many of you know. However, the flu shot is recommended for pregnancy, or if you're going to be pregnant during the winter months or the flu season months. Yes,
I didn't know that.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes, pregnant women do get the flu shot. So that's really how I got into taking the flu shot. So I've been taking the flu shot for the last 3 years, and I truthfully have not had any real side effects beyond tenderness at the injection site. They do it in the muscle. I know that the COVID-19 shot, both of them, both the Pfizer as well as the
Moderna.
Yes, Moderna. Both of them are also in the muscle of the arm. But interestingly enough, I don't know how much you guys know about it, but get this. Pfizer, they recommend that you be at least 16 or older, whereas Moderna, they recommend that you be at least 18 or older.
Yes.
They claim that there are no real side effects outside of the normal side effects that you would face. Fever, pain at the injection site, sometimes swelling at the injection site, tiredness, fatigue. However, they said in very rare instances, you may face allergic reaction, have an allergic reaction. But then when you look at the list of the ingredients that are in these shots, okay, now get this, guys. You know, and I did not know this, the FDA technically has not approved. These shots are not FDA approved. They gave them out as a EOE, I think it's called, in terms of, because it's an emergency, it's deemed that, hey, it doesn't have to clear FDA. Because this counts as an emergency, we're going to go ahead and distribute these.
I read that somewhere, because do you know how long
on the CDC website?
Do you know how long it takes for a vaccine to even be created? A vaccine is not created in a couple of months. It takes years. It's not something that's created in 3 or 4 months. So that right there tells you something. Signal number one. Signal number two, it's not made for everybody, because they only tested it on a very small group of people.
20,000 people.
Small group. And usually when you do stuff like that, it's on a larger scale. So exactly. That tells you something.
And it's across years.
Exactly. That tells you something. That's sign number two. So, that's why I was very no, I'm not taking, I wasn't even hesitant about it. I was like, no, I am not interested in taking this at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the CDC website.
Oh, good. I just was pulling it up.
I'm very big on going directly to the source and to legit websites, because there's so much different information going on about this and about what's going on.
Go to the source.
So much. You got to go directly to the source. I don't like to go to he say, she say. I like to go to the source and to the source directly. So we're going to pull up the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC website. I know everybody has been seeing so much of this website since last March, when COVID actually came and took us down. Okay?
Took us down.
All the way down.
All right.
Normalized us.
So when vaccine is limited, who should get the vaccine first? Did you guys hear about that? Because I know certain states are running a little differently, So like in New York, they have certain groups who could get it first. And then they'll go into those phases of who could get it next. How is it where you live at, La?
So where I live right now, they're recommending that the healthcare professionals actually get it first, and as well as police officers. I personally am aware of a girl that I went to high school with. She's publicizing on social media that she actually just completed her second shot this past week. So there's, I guess, back in the day, we used to have paper vaccine schedules of when we got each vaccine. Now everything's electronic.
Yes.
But oddly enough, they're giving out sheets, and these sheets basically state what vaccine you got, what date you got, what arm was the injection site. And then it showed that on the sheet, it then showed where she got the next shot, the second shot. Each shot is done in 2 phases or 2 dosages. So based on what she's claiming on social media, that upon getting the second shot, upon getting the first shot, she had no real symptoms beyond soreness at the injection site. And she said on day 2 of getting her second shot, she had wrote on social media that she was feeling just fine and she was back to work. So
wow.
Previous to I guess the actual distribution, CDC was recommending, and I don't know if you're aware, but they were recommending that you take the day off after work, the day after off upon getting the shots. Well, it appears that that's no longer the case and that she's back to work in the healthcare system and she claims she's doing fine. Now, will I be getting the shot? Absolutely not.
I have a coworker who actually is in my classroom and she had it shot yesterday. And I said, how was it? How'd it go? She's like, I'm fine. It didn't hurt. It didn't tingle. I was fine. She was back to work the next day. So she's like, it's a start. It's a start. It's not the answer, but it's definitely a start. And then then she said, are you gonna take it? And I said, no. He said, why not? I said, well, for DOE, it's not mandatory as yet. It's not mandatory. So until they say you have a certain date and then you give, that's when I'll take it. But until now, until all these people I keep seeing, they had their remember you saw on the news, their jaws was being placed a certain way. I heard somebody died. I'm like, nope.
Yes.
Don't sign me up.
Here, as Nellie was saying, the DOE, they're eligible. Tuning, only if you're going there in person, you're eligible to get the shot as well. Healthcare workers, dentists, staff, pharmacists, pharmacy aides. For New York, these are all the people who are able to get the COVID-19 vaccine, for those of you, those who want to get it. But on the news last night, they were showing vaccine locations where you could go get it. Although appointments were getting filled up, a lot of people weren't showing up as the way they thought people were going to show up, because they even have it now at the Jacob Javits Center, and a lot of people aren't going to get the vaccine. But this is all the people who are eligible to get the vaccine. All these people are eligible, and there are a lot of people who are not interested in taking it.
Because they see that it's a rush to get this out. Now, even on the CDC website, when I was looking at, where was it?
This is all things COVID.
frequently on the left-hand side where it says frequently asked questions. Yes, click on that.
I got you. We're
and
here.
Then, yes, scroll down. And it talked about vaccine distribution. I think it was vaccine distribution. Give me 1 second. Let me just read real quick. In the interim of us trying to find it, I'll just basically paraphrase what it said. But basically it said that the vaccines are more or less believed to lessen the effects of the virus, that it is not something that has been confirmed and that at this point, FDA has regulated on an emergency basis that this be sent out. But it is more or less not proven nor confirmed that this actually has true benefits. So
that is interesting.
why are they pushing this? Who knows? But I know that I will not be taking it.
And you know what?
Maybe in the future, but not right now.
A lot of money was spent and time and preparation. So that's too why they are definitely trying to send this out to people.
And they're running out. It's funny that I was watching the news this morning. They actually are running out of vaccines.
Right.
People, and one thing I don't get is I understand who are I can't say the word, but I understand who can get the shot first, because if you're if like Jay said, if you're in the building, if you're a nurse, you're frontline workers. I can't speak today. I understand they should get it first, but the elderly should be a part of that. And I keep hearing the ages of certain ages can't get it, and they should be the ones really should be getting it, not before the essential workers, but they should be a part of that. First come, here you go, then you really need it, here you go. So that's what I'm not understanding, but they actually are running out of the vaccines. So
well, they just upped the ante, because my coworker was telling me that her parents are going to get it, and they're over the age limit, because I think they had upped it. At first it was just elderly people in nursing homes. Then they changed it to like people 75 and over. And I think I just recently read, I don't remember if I read it on the website, the CDC website, or someplace else, where they spoke about that. I think it's 65 and over now who are eligible to get the vaccine shot. So they changed it, because I think so many people were upset about that, because I read in an article recently that a lot of the people who were passing away as of recent has been older people, seniors in their, 70s and up, who've been in the hospitals passing away from COVID. So I guess that's why they changed the number, and now they have older people who are eligible to now get the vaccine. And I've even seen people on the news. I shouldn't laugh because it isn't funny, but in a way it was funny to me, because I thought they were too doggone cute. They were so happy to get that vaccine. This one older lady, she was so excited. She was like, I don't have to go out scared anymore. And that really kind of touched my heart, because, you feel for older people, especially if they have no family around to help them. They have things they have to do. I know I get nervous with my grandmother going out to the store, because she is heavenly independent. She will do for herself in a heartbeat. One day I called her and I said, you want me to take you to the store or whatever? She said, no, I'll go out. I need to get some air. I'm tired of being in this house all day, every day. So she'll go out by herself. But I get very nervous, because I know how quick COVID is spreading again. And even with this new strand that they have, it's like, are you for real? So I get very concerned about her going out, but she even says she's not getting the vaccine. So there you go. Okay.
It's funny. My grandfather too. My grandfather's 87, almost 88, and he's out and about and doing this and I'm like, sir, have a seat. Stay home. Order in, okay? Order in. If you gotta go to the grocery store, go in, go out. That's it. That's it. Oh, but I want to come. He wants to come to New York. He's been dying. I haven't seen my grandfather in like almost 2 years. So, and he lives in Virginia. And before COVID got really, really bad, we were planning on going, but they became a hot state. And then once that was over, he was like, "So you coming?" We were like, "No." So he wants to come up here to New York, but it's just not. It's not safe. It's not safe for him. It's not safe for anybody coming
It
from
ain't
another
safe for
state.
us. Hello.
Okay,
And the
coming
thing
from
is,
another state. It ain't.
Okay.
there's two factors here that a lot of people are trying to step aside, or how do I say, sidestep. Previously, they said that children were not susceptible to the effects of the virus. Now we see many children are being affected by the virus, and a lot of schools are having to go on fast quarantine because you know, the kids got sick. For example, I have a coworker. They had to shut down the facility, the childcare facility, because the children, a child had gotten sick. And so, of course, as a precautionary, precautionary
Emergency
measure, they had to then quarantine all the children.
Right.
And then the second thing is that getting the vaccine does not necessarily prevent you from getting the virus.
Nope.
Just like with the flu shot, you still can get
Yep,
the
you
flu
can
with the
still
flu
get it.
shot.
You
still can get it. So it
get
doesn't, it's not mean to say you'll never get COVID. No, you could turn around and get COVID the next day.
Yep.
A lot of people have that misconception. Oh, I don't have to be scared now. What's that mean? You still gotta be scared.
And they
still
said
gotta wear
on
a mask.
the CDC website to still wear your mask, practice social distancing, and things like that. I think people's misconception is, I have the vaccine. I'm good. I won't have it. No, just like any vaccine, you still, depending on it, could get it. It doesn't matter. It still could happen. So you still have to be careful and take certain precautions as if you don't have the vaccine. And I think a lot of people are mistaking that because they got the vaccine. I'm good. I don't need to wear a mask. I can walk around, and that's certainly not true. You still need to protect yourself regardless.
And I didn't know that. I just thought, I was probably one of those, oh, I got vaccine. No, I was listening to the news this morning while I'm getting dressed for work. And they were like, yeah, just because you have the vaccine, that doesn't mean you don't practice CDC rules. You still got to wear your mask, still got to be 6 feet. You still act like you're going to get affected tomorrow. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And don't feel like you Superwoman or Superman because you got a needle in your arm. Okay?
Absolutely.
Think of how many people have that false misconception.
A lot.
I would have been one of them. I would have been outside without a mask.
That's why we're talking about this right now, so you can be informed.
That's right. Right here on Them Wise Girls, you can be informed.
Exactly. We don't want you to be out there without no mask and without socially distanced. We want you to be okay. So that's why we have this here conversation. All right?
So forget about that stimulus money. You don't need to spend it. And nowadays, you don't got to go out to spend it.
That's right.
Spend it on Amazon.
It's the stimmy.
That's right. Let the money reside up in your house. Let the money reside up in your house.
Let me see.
That's on
the money reside.
That's on Mary had a little lamb. Okay. Let the money reside up in your house.
Well, can you send the lamb here, please? The lamb hasn't reached.
I'm still looking for Teddy, and she was a lamb. We got to put a little F out on, what is it? That 5043 out on them, or whatever the Pope be saying. We got to find my little lamb, because she probably where the money reside. Teddy.
She certainly is. She with my money, too. She got my money. She holding it hostage, okay?
She holding it. Maybe, you may get it when tax comes.
Yeah, unless they tell me I owe, and right now it looks like they're claiming I owe.
You better get that situated, sis. I done told you.
Yes, it's so upsetting because it's like, here's the thing. I didn't need the money, but when you have money coming, you start planning on that money.
That's why my mama always say, don't plan for what you don't know if you're going to have.
This is so true. It's so upsetting because I was like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And the baby needs a passport. I mean, we ain't traveling nowhere, but I
was about to say, where's she going? We can't go nowhere.
Just for when we get free, okay? She got to be ready to go.
So
she got to be ready.
So when do you think we will be able to travel
They,
because I
okay.
thought I thought by at least by summer, because when COVID was summer last year, COVID was we were able to kind of go outside because COVID does not do well in heat. So I don't want to say think, but I'm a money
Now,
without it.
Florida has proven that it surely does survive the heat.
The heat, yeah,
But it's still a hot
does.
spot.
It's
Still a hot spot.
So it survives the
And
heat.
they also said that you won't see any normalcy until 2022.
Oh,
That's what they said. That's what's my little boo's name? Fucci?
Yeah,
That's what he said. There won't be any normalcy until 2022.
that's crazy.
So
and the crazy thing is
yeah,
who even knows if it's 2022, because they were saying 2021 and we in 2021
And we
and
still
it's
2021.
the same
and
thing.
it's worse.
That's
So
the
who's to
crazy
say
part.
when we'll even be? I mean, there are people who are going on vacation. Let's not get it twisted. There are people who are taking flights and getting flowed out somewhere.
Flew it
Okay,
out.
that's what's happening. There's still people doing that, but it's not safe because you go in someplace and you could contract it and bring it right back here. That's the problem, and that's the issue. There's still people going on vacations, doing it up, having fun, having a good time, but you're doing it at a risk, at a heavy risk at that.
And it's selfish.
My friend said, I was talking to a friend last week, and I was telling her, like, yeah, I want to go here, but I can't go here because of this and this and this. And she basically put it to where she said, if you go somewhere, you fly somewhere, right? Your purpose to go somewhere on a plane is to go somewhere to do stuff. So you go away, you plan on doing things. You don't plan on sitting in the hotel looking at the TV and doing room service. She said it's all about what you want to do. Once you get to your destination, what do you want to do? If you plan to be outside, that's on you. That's outside. Maybe it's a little bit better outside because we outside with ventilation. But if you're not going to be outside, you're going to be inside. That's more of a risk. So it's all about. Ooh, my leg was shaking. It's all about that leg. It's all about.
That means you stay in. Don't be venturing.
It's telling me sit my tail down, man.
That's
But
right.
you know what else too? Some people, if they go away, their jobs are no longer, if they come back and get sick, are covering them. Because I have a friend who's moving, and I know she was telling me her daughter's job, if she goes with her to help her move, she has to come back home and quarantine for 10 days. And guess what? Sis don't get paid. You're not coming between me and my dollar. We'll save my dollars for when it's good for me to go outside and travel. Because you best to believe I'm not going to sit up here and let y'all keep my money. I'll sit at home.
Okay,
Look at the
DOE, I think the DOE is something like that. I think you do get paid. You have to quarantine, then you have to go get tested. Then you gotta wait for the test to come back and see if you're positive or negative. Once that test comes back negative, then you go back to work. So it's
those folks are unpaid. There are instances in my employer, there is a provision to be paid, but a lot of companies are going that route. You're unpaid because you went and you took the risk. We didn't send you.
Exactly.
And you took the risk.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So, I mean, honest, you can't blame them because they have to protect their capital. And so many companies have already lost so much money during the pandemic that, I mean, to continue at the rate we're going, I mean, a lot of folks, unfortunately, are still unemployed. A lot of folks are then going to be even looking at losing their jobs, additional folks. Mm-hmm. So, I mean.
Homeless, because people still can't pay their rent.
Exactly. Right. So you think about somebody who goes away, comes back, and then turns around, gets sick, and then infects coworkers at that. Now they're sick. You don't know people's body. You don't know how they take things. You don't know certain things about someone. So you're being very selfish and you're affecting other people and you don't know their family situation, who has to pay bills, who has to work. So it's like a domino effect, because you hit the domino, now everything is falling down. You see what I'm saying? So you really got to think about these things.
And
I mean, I want to go away somewhere tomorrow. I really, truly do. But I know I will be putting others at risk if I sit and I do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Honey, I want to go. You know how many days ago JFK Airport and I wanted to go to the airport and just leave my car wherever and get out the car and walk out. I'm a flight.
Do you know I did not know I was very close to JFK Airport? My job is about 5 minutes away. Bus or a walk, about 5 minutes away from JFK. The LIR connects to the JFK.
Baby, I see them planes every day. I'm like this. I wish I was going. Every day.
We already saying 2022 Disney.
Just say 2024. Just put it there.
No, we're gonna say 2022. We're not gonna put it there. That's too far. Let's have a little bit of hope.
We're
and
gonna
let's
be
put
positive.
2022 in the bag.
Right.
And that's what we're going with.
Yes.
2022.
I was saying,
and the Disney trip.
Yes.
That's
what we're talking about.
Disney. But I was saying the end of the summer of 2021, I wanted to go away for my anniversary, but I don't think that's happening. And truthfully, I'm happy me and hubby did not put any money down.
We tried for November, remember? That ain't happening.
I'm so depressed. Now, Dominican Republic, Casa de Campo is one of the top 5-star resorts down there. Right now, they have, I think, 4 days for $399 in one of their top high-end suites.
Okay, we won't talk about that because we can't go there. So let's not even have that discussion.
But a girl can dream.
Because we're going to be feeling away. And I might sit up here one night and get my car, put the info in, and say deuces.
No, you
so I don't want to do those things. So we just won't talk about that right now.
We're going to practice wisdom. We're
going to stay home and we're going to be safe. And when it is safe enough to go outside, that is when we are going to go and have a nice time. But right now, we're gonna be right here. We're gonna be right here and we're gonna be safe. And that's what we're gonna do.
Do you know I was looking up Disney nails when we said Disney nails?
I won't lie. I did start looking at the various places that you can stay. Actually, Disney has about 10 different venues that are their locations that you can stay on site.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Actually, I want to stay at the Floridian, the Grand Floridian. I still want to stay there after all these years.
What's that?
It's one of the hot resorts they got there. Oh, child, I've been wanting to stay there since I was watching Family Matters, and I don't think they even stayed there. They stayed there at Full House. They stayed there.
Well, here's the thing. I think that come the time when we can actually travel, many places are going to be giving incentive prices.
Oh, yeah.
And that time is the time to jump on the prices when they're low. Because once the tourism starts coming back strong, the prices are going to
go up.
Oh, yeah. Especially those plane flights.
They're going to go up high for sure.
You're going to walk. We're going to walk to the train or into the flight.
Now, I do want to pose this to our audience. We here have stated that we're not interested in taking the vaccine, but we really, really, really would love for you to give your sentiments on whether you are interested in taking the vaccine, that if you have taken the vaccine, if you've had any ill side effects, or if you have positive feedback to give us and share with our audience, please, we invite you to do so. The other thought is that, are there any other vaccines, from birth on into later adulthood, we all have to take vaccines. Are there any vaccines that you yourself have taken that you have had a poor reaction, or how would I say, allergic reactions to?
I never had. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go on.
I never had allergic reactions, but in order to be in school and college, you have to take certain vaccines by law. Yep. There are certain vaccines that you need to take. So when I was going back to school for my master's, I thought I was going to have to take a vaccine, a shot, one of the shots that you're supposed to take. Yes. But thankfully, I did a whole online program. I still had to give them my paperwork. But that particular vaccine, I did not have to take. I didn't qualify for it due to me being fully online. But still, they want to know what vaccines have you taken in case you do come on campus, because those vaccine shots, child, they hurt.
They do.
They hurt. They hurt you bad.
Too bad.
What about you, Nelly?
Well, I know I am allergic to penicillin.
Me too.
I think we all are. Yeah, I think we all are. That's probably a wise thing.
It probably is.
So I don't think I had any reaction to any vaccines when I was young. I know I have a child now in one of my classes, and he has not been in school since Monday because he does not have his vaccines. So yeah,
I know pre-COVID they had a form, exemption form, to which you as the parent could write why you reserve the right for your child not to have to be vaccinated prior to going to school. But I'm not sure what is all entailed in that, but I do know that it is a big thing, at least up here in Pennsylvania, that parents have decided not to vaccinate their children, and that each year the form has to be completed by the parent for the child to be allowed into school.
Wow.
I've observed that a lot of kids that are not vaccinated, unfortunately, they appear to be constantly sick. Whereas they catch a lot of things that other kids that are vaccinated, usually it just would pass through them. That's just my observation.
So we just want to share this with you guys real quick. Always go to the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and you can see the vaccines by age. They have, like Lauren said, pregnancy to birth to all the way up to 18 years of age. So if you want to know what vaccines you should give your children, you yourself as an adult, definitely visit the website. I'm sure your doctor shares it with you as well. So that way you keep up on your vaccinations. So as always, it's a good time getting together and chatting with you ladies, especially about the vaccine, because as y'all know, I did a solid no. I will not be taking that. I will continue to wear my nice little cute mask and keep it pushing. So if you guys have any businesses you would like for us to promote, please send us an email at themwisegirls@gmail.com, and we'll definitely be sure to answer to you. So we hope you guys enjoyed our show today, and we hope you have a great rest of the week and an awesome weekend, especially if you have a 3-day weekend like we do. And we hope you continue to be safe and social distance and wear your mask and wash your hands. All righty then.
And go ahead and like and share this video.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening, and we love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.